What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm back here at Gettel Toyota of Charlotte County in Punta Gorda, Florida, checking out this brand new 2023 Toyota Camry. Now, this is the SE Nightshade Edition, which is a brand new trim level for 2023 model year. And today I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out in detail, inside, outside, take it for a spin, the whole 9 yards. Well, before we do that, guys, I have a huge favor to ask. If you like automotive content, my name is Matt, and here on Matt the Car Guy, I post 2 car reviews every single week for your pleasure and mine. And if you like watching automotive content, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, give me a like if you like this video. Now let's get back to the story. Well, this is the 6th year of the current generation Toyota Camry. It came out in 2018. Now here we are, 2023. So it's probably mostly towards the end of this model cycle, but it hasn't really been redone for 2023 with the exception of the addition of this trim. Now this is the SE model with the Nightshade package, and the Nightshade package includes several components that I'm going to point out throughout this review. That's available on the SE, on the SE all-wheel drive, and the SE Hybrid. So first of all, let's take a look at the color. I really like this reservoir blue. It's a little bit lighter than the blueprint blue that we've seen on the previous reviews that I've done on some of the Toyotas, but it really fits nicely with this vehicle, especially with the rims that I'm going to show you in just a little bit. Now, as far as the sheet metal is still the same. I like it. It's kind of the classic, timeless, sporty design on it. They haven't changed much. I mean, they have some trim pieces that they've added throughout the year since 2018. But let's take a look at the light setup. So the headlights, you know, they're still kind of a combination. So they have the LED headlights and they have the incandescent turn signals right inside this headlight unit. Also, you know, I think what's missing is a little bit more aggressive daytime running lights, so you can see really of what vehicle it is. And moving down here, you can see this matte black grille. That's part of this Nightshade package, as well as this front fascia right here underneath. Now also, this is all blacked out. This is on the trim piece. I kind of wish this was open and allow a little bit of an airflow in here for better aerodynamics. And what hasn't changed still is the engine, but let's see what it is. Underneath the hood, you'll find this base engine right here for Toyota Camry. This is a 2.5 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine. Produces 203 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, in this case, delivering the power to front wheels. Now, as far as the engine compartment, nothing too crazy about it. We've seen this engine on a million different vehicles, million different Camrys, basically. And then you see this prop stick right here. And if you know me, I don't really do prop stick. I think they all should be hood struts, but you do have some nice insulation underneath the hood. So we'll see, it's probably quiets down the interior very nicely. Here, the side profile view, guys, I'm pretty sure that the first thing you noticed are the rims. And those are exclusive to the SE Nightshade Edition trim. Those are matte bronze wheels, 19-inch, really nicely designed, really fits well with this color overall. If you ask me, 235 by 40 is the size of the tires. You have the all-season tires on it. Overall, the rest of the design is very eye-pleasing, but there's nothing too crazy about it. The exception part of the Nightshade package, you have all this window surroundings in this piano black color. You also have the black mirrors. Mirrors have the turn signal indicator, blind spot assist in it. And this vehicle is, of course, equipped with a smart entry system. All you have to do is put your hand inside of it, as long as the key is somewhere on you, or touch the door handle. It's going to lock or unlock the door. It does have this, have the exposed keyhole in here. And there you go. This is the side profile. And let's move to the back. This is going to be a quick overview of the back end. Really not much has changed, but I do like the shark fin antenna that's in piano black. And part of the nightshade trim is also this piano black decklet spoiler that you have on here. As you can see, Toyota and the Camry, that all has been blacked out. And if you look in the back as far as the taillights, again, this is a combination taillights. Part of it is LED, part of it is incandescent, and that includes the turn signals and the backup lights that are incorporated inside of here. Now, you do have the backup camera that's right underneath here, and I really like this bumper, especially the bottom portion of it, that creates this sporty looking diffuser. And you have the set of an exhaust on the one side over here, reflector lights on both sides. And let's check out the trunk on this vehicle. There's a release right over here. Yeah, let's check out the roominess in the trunk itself. And it's actually pretty roomy for its class. I mean, it's very comparable to the Honda Accord or the Hyundai Sonata, if you will. It's a little bit smaller than maybe you see on the Kia K5, in my opinion. But nice room. Okay, you do have the seats that fold down 60/40. You have the levers to unlock them. And, you know, what else do you have inside here? Now, this one has this mat, but underneath here, underneath the floor, we have a spare tire and the tools to remove it with. So this is a traditional setup. You still have the spare tire, none of that fix-a-flat stuff. And then in case you get locked up in the trunk, you do have the glow-in-the-dark handle that you can release the trunk in case you get stuck in there. It does have a spacious interior. The back seat is nice and comfortable. I do have plenty of knee room, plenty of shoulder room, plenty of headroom. And for your point of reference, I am 6 feet tall and I fit really good inside of this vehicle. Let's check out the rest of it, and let me know in the comment section after you watch it, what do you think about it? Starting with the door panel over here, there's a lot of black materials in here. Now let's check this out. Now this is all hard plastic. The only thing that's padded is this armrest over here and a slightly different color trim around the window lock over here, or the window opener. You have the non-branded speaker, and then you have some cup holders underneath here. Overall, this is pretty plain. Now, this is what gets interesting. So if you look at the seats, they're called the Softex trim sport fabric seats, and I actually like them. I mean, they look like leather. They're actually this man-made leather that Toyota called Softex, and but they look pretty cool. They're nice and comfortable, so there's no complaints about it. You can see that it does have the 3 seat belts on it, and it does have the armrest that opens up along with the cup holders. Now, what else do we have here? And the answer is nothing. There's no connectivity, there's no rear vents, which, you know, for the size of this vehicle, there should be some. And that's pretty much it. You do have this bump in the middle, and you have some seat back pockets in both seats. And of course, let's check how this vehicle sounds when you close the door. Pretty nice and solid. So let's take a look at the front door. Kind of like the rear door, a lot of black materials, a little bit break up here with this aluminum trim, and then you have the mirror, window, and lock control. Speaker cover, a little bit more storage in the bottom of the door, and moving inside of here at the bottom, you can see that the driver's seat has the electric controls, and it is nicely profiled. It's not sporty per se, but it's more profiled than the rear seats. Now, if you look at the left-hand side of the steering wheel, so you can see that you have the automatic lights. Then you can turn off, well, here it is. You can turn off your traction control. You hold to open the trunk, and you hold to open the gas door. Yeah, let's jump inside and see what else is here. 2023 Toyota Camry interior. It does have some technology in it, but let's dig inside of it. Before we do that, let's take a quick glimpse around this interior. So the front end definitely looks better than the back and the doors. I mean, they actually made it a little bit more attractive by using this trim piece over here, a little bit of contrast stitching, softer material on the dashboard, softer material over here, and this is all hard plastic, but that's where the glove box is. It's fairly shallow glove box, not too bad though. Now, moving on, we're going to talk about the screen in just a second, and then all the way to the steering wheel. So the steering wheel, nice size, actually fits very nice in your hands, and I like that they didn't use any of the shiny material where all the buttons are. So let's get closer and let's see what all these buttons do. So you have the menu and the instrument cluster that you can kind of move around using those arrow buttons, and then you can go back. There's also your phone button, volume control, and the voice control. Behind here, You have the pedal shifters that you can use in case you wanted to. But an interesting thing, I've never noticed that on any other vehicles, but it does have the DRL off button, which you can turn off your daytime running lights if you wanted to. And on the right hand side, you have the cruise control settings, as well as the mode for your stereo, as well as the track controls. And if you look at the instrument cluster, it's a traditional instrument cluster. So on the right hand side, you have the speedometer, left hand side tachometer. That screen in the middle, that's where a little customization could be made. That's like an information screen, if you will. 91 degrees outside. You have the time, we're in park. And then if you move around this, you can see your safety assist settings. So you can have the rear collision traffic assist. All of these settings can be moved and changed if you'd like to. You can go back, and there's your tire pressure, lane keep assist. If there were messages as far as in the services do, that'll be displayed right here. So that's this tiny little screen. That's the only thing you have. At the bottom, you have the odometer. The vehicle does have 4 miles on it. Moving on. So this is your infotainment system, and we're talking small. We're talking like really small. It's probably the smallest one that I've seen out of pretty much all of the manufacturers. It's actually only 7 inches big. Now, I've seen that on the base Subarus too. With today's technology and with today's day and age, a lot of people expect a little bit more, and you find the 8-inch screen on the base Hyundai's 10-inch screen. They updated most of them, and Toyota's kind of falling behind on that. I wish that they kind of improve it. But let's see what's in here. So first of all, we're going to turn that on. And as you can see, this is the same setup as you've seen in many other Toyotas. You have this bezel that's kind of thick. It's piano black, and you have a lot of hard buttons that are on the sides. So if you turn this on, you can hit the home button, and it's going to take you to the home screen. And it's going to kind of divide it in several different areas, and it's going to show you, well, what's playing, and that's your XM radio. Now, no phone is connected, and then you have your range and the current miles per gallon. So you can go to menu, and here's where your other options are. So you have your audio, and let's see what we have. Source right here. Boom. AM, FM, Bluetooth, and XM radio. You can also hit the options over here, and then you have several different options that you can adjust on this. Let's go back to the menu screen. As far as the phone, of course, it does have the Bluetooth connection on the phone. We're not going to add it. As far as the apps, let's see what we have. Download Toyota apps. You will need a compatible mobile device. You're going to hit OK, but you can basically download apps from the Toyota menu. Let's go back here. As far as the projection, it is compatible with both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. However, you do have to connect it via a cable. And then you have your info screen, basically your eco display that shows you of your gas usage and all that stuff. And going back in here, you have your setup, and that's where you can change several different options to general Bluetooth audio, phone, voice, vehicle Wi-Fi, apps, etc. So pretty basic settings. Now, it does have the 6-speaker stereo. It sounds okay. I mean, there's nothing too crazy about it. There's no branded stereo on this particular one. And scrolling down here, you have air vents, you have the hazard lights, and then right underneath here you have the electronic climate control. So this is the dual zone climate control. You can have separate temperature for the driver and passenger. Right now we're in the sync mode, but if I unsync it, you can see that only one part of it changes. And turn off the fan, change the fan speed, change the vent, and turn on the air recirculating button. Front window defogger, rear window defroster, pretty standard. Okay, and then underneath here, this is a wireless charger. Let's check this out. Nope, I don't see any signage for the wireless charger, so I don't believe it is. There's a tray, and underneath here you have some clever storage. They can hide stuff in. USB and the regular 12-volt outlet, power outlet over here. Regular shifter, really nothing too crazy about it. You've seen the pedal shifters on the steering wheel. We also have the ability to shift it into the sport mode and adjust the gears by moving the gear shifter up and down. Scrolling down in here, you do have 3 different drive modes. That's where you change it. So you have your eco, normal, and sport. Nothing really changes on the vehicle other than a little bit background in the middle of this instrument cluster. So you turn red for the sport, blue for the normal, and it stays blue for the eco. So on the sport gives you a little bit more aggressive red look. Scrolling down, you have more storage underneath the armrest, USB-C and the USB ports, and that's it. And then moving up here, in the mirror you have the Homelink that you can set up 3 different devices. Push to open the sunglass holder. No sunroof in this one. You have LED lights. And then of course you have this warning that the vehicle data transmission, so basically Toyota spying on you until you tell them not to. And then kind of like a fighter jet SOS, so you don't accidentally hit it. You actually have to open it and hit the SOS in case you encounter any emergencies. Now you do have the illuminated visors or mirrors in the visors. This is it. Take it for a spin. Well, before we take it for a spin, let's see what other trim levels are available for 2023 Camry. And as always, I went to Toyota's website. It is a lot. So there's 13 different trims that are available for a Camry. That's crazy. Now it starts with the LE, LE Hybrid, SE, SE Nightshade, SE Hybrid, SE Hybrid Nightshade, XLE, XLE Hybrid, XSE, XSE Hybrid, TRD, XLE V6, XSE V6. So, I mean, you're looking at anywhere from the base LE starting at 25,945 to about 36,700 for the top of the line. Now, this particular one has an MSRP of 30,695, and that's before any of the options got added to this vehicle. So this is kind of towards the middle of the lineup. Base engine, let's see how it drives. I'll really take it over here. I'm in the sport mode right now. It doesn't matter when we're doing the turning radius, but what I want to do is basically turn the wheel all the way to the left and let's spin around. Just pretty nice and solid. I believe it's got about 4 parking spaces. Now these parking spaces are definitely bigger than the ones that I'm normally used to, so this one comes up as about 2, but those are for semi-trucks. So let's take it on the road really quick. You sit comfortably. You probably sit more comfortably than the other competitive sedans. It's not as stiff as a Honda or even as a Hyundai. Not too many blind spots. The mirrors are the right size. The windshield is pretty big. Going over a few bumps over here, so see how the suspension absorbs them. Not too bad. The steering wheel feels good. Now I'm in the sports mode. I'm gonna change it to the comfort mode a little bit later and see if it relaxes a little bit. But I kind of like the feel of the steering wheel. It's not too light, it's not too stiff. The suspension, you know, it's soft. It's almost got the Lexus-like suspension, what a lot of people like. This vehicle, I mean, even though it's been the same for a while, you know, it's still one of the most popular vehicles on the market right now. Now, there's a lot of different types of Camrys. As we've seen, there's over 13 different trims and 2 different engine choices, actually 3 if you include the hybrid. This is the fairly basic engine, but I want to check and see how it accelerates. So what we're going to do really quick is I'm going to stop right here after I took this U-turn, and I'm going to go from 0 to about 50 miles an hour. So let's go. And there you go. We got up to 50. I mean, does the engine struggle to get there? Not really. I mean, it sounds pretty decent. It's not a very exhilarating acceleration. It's not a very fun experience, but it's definitely a vehicle that's going to get you to where you need to go. And, you know, one of the important things, especially for people looking at the Camrys, is the history of the brand, is the reliability, is the opinions that it has. But on the other hand, you know, if you're looking at this, the competition is not sleeping and they're producing better and better vehicles. They're equipping them with a lot more technology and they're backing it by a lot longer warranty. So, you know, I'm waiting for 2024 and see what Toyota has in store for us as far as the redesign. As far as this vehicle, you know, definitely don't cross it off your list just because it does have a little bit less technology than the other ones. It's still a very, very nice car. On the same token, you know, take yourself over to a dealership, take it for a test drive yourself, see if what I said fits what you think about this vehicle. And if you disagree or agree, put it in the comment section below. I would like to hear from you on that. So overall, I like it. I wouldn't give it like, 2 thumbs up, but definitely a solid thumb up for Camry for 2023 as a base mean of transportation, basically. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I hope you had fun watching it. I hope you learned something, and if you did, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, check out the rest of my channel. If you like it, subscribe to it. There's a little red button at the bottom of the screen. Just click it. That's as easy as it is. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.